I guess just talk about your impressions from the scrimmage today and just overall the volleyball one-on-one event.
Well, we had a nice crowd. I don't know how many people there were, but it was a nice turnout. I thought people were engaged in the clinic portion of the evening, and I think the scrimmage was well received. I think they probably felt good about the team, and there's a reason to come back and watch us some more. So, from my point of view, it's all good.
I guess talk about the team going into the season. It seems like there's a lot of different options and a lot of, a variety of things that you guys can do. It seems like a lot of versatility in the team and just kind of different options with the players. Just kind of touch on that a little bit from what you guys were doing in terms of some of the players out there.
Sure. I think one of there are two major changes that have taken place. One is that we're letting Tabby Love play in the back row, which allows her to swing offensively out of the back row. And I think she was almost unstoppable tonight in her back row attacking. And then we have Tori Dixon playing in the opposite position, opposite the center on the right side, which means that we can get her blocking and hitting on the right side. And we haven't had that strong of an attacker since Cassie Bussey in that particular position. So those two things we've incorporated, and I think it's made a huge difference. I think we're a really physical team at the net. Our blocking and hitting are going to be tough for people to deal with. For us, the question really is going to be, how's our setting going to develop? Which one of the setters is going to take the lead in the competition and win the job? And secondly, are we going to be able to pass the ball accurately? I was reasonably pleased with our passing tonight. I was pleased with both setters. Obviously, there's a ways to go, but overall, I'd give us a grade of about B to B plus in tonight's scrimmage.
And kind of following that up with the setters, when you watch tonight a match, it looks like it's very even across the board, and you mentioned that today, that they were pretty dead even in a lot of ways. Just talk about maybe kind of how you handle at the beginning of the year. It seems like they'll both kind of get their opportunities as you go along the first 2 or 3 weeks here and kind of settling and figuring out that position.
Yeah, I meet with the setters along with Coach Laura Bush, our setters and offense coach, and we talk about each of the setters in a staff meeting, and we also talk to the setters about what we discuss. We'll tell each setter what they need to improve on, what they do well already, and how they stack up against the other one. So it's an open competition. We don't hold any secrets. And I think that's been important for the setters to understand that it is indeed a competition, and someone is watching and paying attention. So that will continue on through the weekend when we play our tournament here, and the following weekend we have another tournament here, and particularly in that second tournament there's going to be some significant competition. And I think by the end of that tournament we should know a little bit more, come a little bit closer to determining who might have the lead at that point. But until then we'll probably split time between both setters in the matches coming up.
Finally, a lot of times in events like this, the biggest excitement for people is to come out and watch some of the newcomers to the team. This class, freshman class, looks as good as any freshman class really since the last few years. I mean, they look like they're ready to all kind of step in and contribute. Just talk about their play and kind of what they add to this team.
Well, you just said it. All of them can contribute. The 3 freshmen and the transfer, Nucci. Those 4 players could easily be on the court together. I'm talking about Suter, Whitman, Dixon, and Nucci. It's conceivable that they could all be on the court together, the entire class. I know 3 are freshmen and 1's a transfer, but that's the class for 2010, and they're good enough to play at this level. So, and not only that, we add that to the returners that have already had experience at the Final Four and have already proven that they can play at an elite level. I think it just sounds real good for us. I think we'll be a good team.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Steve.